And we're on.
Hello, Whoop, and welcome to another evening of Dungeons and Dad Jokes. Um, as you may have noticed, if you didn't see last week's stream, things have changed. Our backgrounds have changed. You should check out our website, danddadjokes.com. That has also been updated for our newest campaign that we are in episode 2 of, entitled Dark Allies, Shadows of Honor. We are in the Shadowrun system for this campaign, so enjoy while we stumble through this and learn it, and maybe you can learn alongside with us. If you're familiar with Shadowrun, feel free to leave comments. Give us suggestions, things like that. That would be great. Um, as far as things that are coming up, check out our website, upcoming events. There are some things in there. We have rearranged that just slightly so that we have some of the things for next year already up in there. Um, go visit. We have links to their websites as well where you can purchase tickets. And yes, the ones that we have up there, you can go and purchase tickets for, even though they're a year away. Um, so check those out because we're a little bit of all over the place. Some things in the works that we just don't have all of the details on right now is Tucson Comic Con and RenCon here in Tucson. I am planning on playing games there. I just don't have any details for those yet. So they're not in the upcoming events, but you are more than welcome to go to their websites and, well, RenCon doesn't have their tickets up yet, but Tucson Comic Con does. You can go there and purchase tickets for them. I don't know if there's anything else that I need to say. November is a catacon in in Dayton, correct?
Yes.
So check that out. I've finally got the dates. So check that out. It is on the website. Uh, I don't know if there's anything else that we need to.
We won't be there, but shout out that in November also is TeslaCon.
Oh,
So
yes.
if you're in the Wisconsin area, check
Yeah.
it.
Go check out TeslaCon. It's one of the first steampunk conventions, wasn't
We
it?
won't be there, but there will be other GMs there running games.
Running games and running some
Right.
new systems, even.
Yep.
So go check it out. Is there anything else? I feel like there's not a whole lot of announcements going on.
Boy, could I tell you a story for another day.
Well, in that case, we're going to jump into tonight's episode of Dark Allies, Shadows of Honor. Episode 2. It is the second half of their first run. And we've entitled this episode Auction. So, what happened last week?
I'll give a brief rundown. And it will be a brief rundown. There will not be a whole lot of details. um,
I can fill in some details.
after after some downtime where each of us did some personal things, um, we got a message from Rex. Yes, and uh, asking us to meet with and set us up with a payment that was satisfactory, and we took the job and we got ourselves together, and the job was to grab a package from the shipyard and transport it to Felix's event center the next day. So shipyard to do some reconnaissance and see what was going on. And Gibson did some reconnaissance around Felix's event center. We didn't have any problem snagging.
I know, I caught your attention. Anybody else watching the stream? Because I don't hear any sound.
Oh,
It might just be me, but I don't hear sound. It
Nope,
could just
there's
be
sound.
me. Okay, then it's just me. All right, keep going. Oh, if we had sound, and yeah, we
Yeah,
have sound.
the only one I hear is you.
Oh,
Of course,
well,
and some of us
I'm
aren't
the lucky
talking.
one.
Give me one moment.
I hear me coming through though.
We definitely, folks, if you're watching,
I was like, I don't hear
Cody, tell them you're the only one that's coming through even part way.
All right,
Okay.
try now.
Tell them to give us
Check.
a minute. I am coming through.
I've
now
got
with you.
Rhonda.
Okay, yeah, we're all coming through now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cash. Oh, no checks, cash.
Cash
Card.
card.
Joker.
Where my granddaughter is going
Knights
to
and
an
Kings.
event this week
Mine
for a
keeps
youth
loading.
event. They don't
So
accept.
I can't.
They're cashless. They don't accept cash at the
Mm.
event center.
That happens.
Yeah, but she's 14.
Yeah, they don't exactly have bank cards usually.
So
All right, you may want to at least somewhat restart that.
somewhat restart that. After some downtime, we met with Mr. Johnson.
Short version.
After some quick negotiation by Gibson, we got a price that was acceptable to us, and we did the first half of the job, which was to go to the shipyard and snag and get a package. It's a transport job. We got the package, and tomorrow, which is today, we're going to deliver it to Felix's event center. Cut some of that out, I think.
That's all right.
That's fine. And we got back to the garage, Reggie's garage, and we have been relaxing. And Gibson did his Gibson-y thing.
I can take
Got
over
lost
from
in the
here.
dark web.
Gibson can take it from here.
Yeah.
Prior to coming back to Reggie's, Gibson had gone to the event center and scoped things out, realized that there was an auction set for the next day, did some snooping, not too much, then went back. They retrieved the package and returned to Reggie's while everyone else was sleeping, smoking, doing whatever they were doing. Gibson got lost in the matrix and procured some data on the auction. It was very hush hush, no names, just anonymous numbers. Emails that once had names and information were redacted. So he was able to get that and some of the information on the auction items, but there was no real detail on it, and added an extra entry into the auction that they would be able to utilize if they wanted to get in. But it is a black tie affair, and none of us have black ties.
I don't need a black tie.
Well, I guess black dress as well, but Gibson doesn't know that.
Actually, last week, after you showed us on the TV, the stuff that you had figured out and acquired and some stuff, you and I had a lengthy discussion about. Well, actually, we all kind of did, but we had a discussion about uh, attire.
Oh, that's right.
Because I actually have a formal gown.
And this is where we are going to pick it up.
I have a formal gown because Rhonda always buys weird stuff.
Rhonda does always buy weird stuff.
And we'll pick up.
All right, so you are in the basement of Reggie's garage. It is late. It's getting very late at this point. You're welcome to go to bed and wake up the next morning if you so choose. You may have this discussion of what do you guys want to do with this information. You have given yourself an invite, basically, that is fairly anonymous. Somebody's home. That is fairly anonymous. And it is up to you guys what you might want to do with that.
How late is late?
It's, let's see. We're probably pushing midnight.
Oh, that's fine then.
Yeah, I mean, it's not late in the ways of nightlife per se, but it is pushing midnight.
When Rhonda returns, Gibson has a question for
She can
Luna.
hear you. She just didn't want
Right.
the dogs to be.
Oh no, I got you. So yeah, I look over to Luna and I just kind of smirk and say, well, how about a +1? I can run down to the clothing shop and rent or procure an outfit.
Safety in numbers. I
I
would
mean, you could always use some arm candy, right?
always. Always. And somebody has to punch people out when they get after you.
He smirks and like, oh, my hero. Okay. With that, he will actually head out and go to the clothing store.
Okay, the clothing store may or may not be open at midnight. There's plenty of bars open at midnight.
Shadowrun. Of course it's open.
Eh, city's got to sleep at some point.
New York doesn't.
Oh yes, it does. I beg to differ. I think the only city I've ever actually been to that, like, honest to goodness, does not sleep is New Orleans. Even Las Vegas shuts down at some point. Oh my goodness. All right. Sure, there is a clothing store available. It is open. You know where to go. Yeah.
I will purchase myself a tuxedo.
Alrighty. I have no idea what the going price would be. Just
I figured
throw
I'd
it on your
actually use
equipment.
the price in the shops. I don't know that I'd try to negotiate.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. If your program gives you a price, go with it.
Okay.
All right. I am like this at D&D too. I'm like, whatever. I don't know.
Chummer gives you prices for fancy clothes.
I know.
Mhm.
It's my saving grace.
So I looked under fancy clothes and it had Armante dress. Okay.
She doesn't just have a fancy dress. She has a designer dress. All right. You'll make it back unless you go someplace else. You'll make it back by 1:30 in the morning. Easy. With a new suit and tow.
Smile as I enter and hang it up and get some shut-eye.
All right. Y'all find various places to crash at Reggie's.
Sure.
All right. Night is peaceful. The shop winds down at some point in the morning. Everybody disperses, goes home, gets some shut eye. And in the morning, probably 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, you will have activity above in Reggie's garage again where his employees come in, open up, and begin working on whatever jobs that they have. Various mechanic work. What time do
Grandma's
you all?
station wagon.
Yeah, Grandma's station wagon. I got to get it attached to the grid somehow. Because Grandma can't drive no more. um, so, it's morning time. You guys get up, dig around, find yourself some breakfast, go out for breakfast, whatever. You tell me. You tell me what you're going to do. You have until noon before you can deliver this package.
Reggie, what do you got to eat around here?
Well, there's restaurants around here. I just have, snacks for the most part. There's probably some cereal and milk in the fridge.
I'll go and grab some milk and cereal. Hell yeah.
I'd recommend that someone go play scout for the area we're going to.
We already scouted.
Yeah, but between now and the time we deliver,
True.
a lot of things can happen.
Yeah, when it's closer to the time, I can pop over there and
Yeah.
Astro at least.
Yeah.
All right. As the time nears, you want to go into Astral?
Yeah.
Okay. About how soon? How early? I don't know how long. I forget how long you can be in Astral. Is it hours or minutes?
A couple hours,
Okay.
basically. I think it's like 8
I know
hours
we
or
looked it
something.
up last week, and I
I
don't
believe
remember.
the instructions were to not deliver it prior to noon.
Exactly.
Between
Yeah,
noon
so
and 1.
I'll start looking about a half hour before we start to go or decide to go.
Okay.
So I'll just hop into Astral projection and zip over there real quick, take a look around from a distance, and then a little more as I get closer.
Okay.
I'm going to show Glitch how to control one of the larger drones from the inside the van while we're moving, so that he can actually fly it in front of us by about a half a mile, just to make sure that we don't hit any ambushes. If he's willing to do that.
Hey, as long as you don't get mad if I crash it, I don't care.
I will get mad if you crash it, because I'm going to give you instructions on how not to.
I will follow them to the best of my ability.
Okay. Mostly they're fine. They're easy. Let's face it.
All
It's
right.
forward, backward, side, side.
Up, down. All right. While Reggie is giving Gibson some flying lessons, which manually is what he's giving you, you're probably just touching it. You could probably do it through the matrix.
Yeah. Do it however you need to. Just don't crash my drone.
Mess
It's
with
not
it.
cheap.
You just touch the board.
Yeah, I'll do it manually, and I'll be looking at a thing, but I could do this much more efficiently if this, and this.
I would have earlier in the day summoned a spirit.
Okay.
You
One thing that
break my toy, I break your face.
I break your face. That's right. One thing that I forgot: when you summon a spirit, it only lasts till sun up or sundown, depending on when you summon it. Correct? It's
I
not
don't.
actually 24 hours,
No, it's not 24 hours, but I wasn't sure if
or
it's.
until tasks are complete, like
Yeah,
services. That
and
might be
I'm still
dismissed.
not sure on like if I summon it an hour before sundown, is it going away at sundown, or is it?
Yes.
Technically speaking, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was
So
trying to figure out. And, like, wasn't
I
seeing
think
it.
I know there's a isn't there a binding ability?
Yeah, I can bind it,
Yeah,
but
you,
Yeah. I-
yeah.
right. All right. All right. Is- slow. So it's not even loading.
Well, that's why I turned off my mic and I turned off the sound.
What about now?
How about now? Is there now? You
Okay.
always have to wait a few seconds.
Yeah, I'm hearing it now.
I okay.
I hear it now.
I do not know how long it's been out.
I know the issue, and it will.
Okay. He's found it. Oh, good.
The difficulty is the 15 cheat sheets I have to keep open.
um, I know we live in a digital age.
I don't know what this thing is that you present to me. What is this?
It's called paper.
That's what I have. You know, iPad.
Paper. Or iPad.
You might
iPad.
as well tell me to put it on papyrus.
I mean,
Digits.
digits.
No, use your hammer and chisel it into stone.
Or like I did, I literally just typed them into Chummer.
Joe's working his computer extra hard, guys. Be patient.
Yeah, because I can't. I have to make sure that OBS is open on one screen, otherwise the sound goes away, and I keep forgetting about that. I don't know how I fixed that before. I'll look into it.
Yeah, I don't know because you
That is
stopped it
weird.
last time you were able to figure it out. Um.
Anyways,
Anyway, so there is a astral or a magical barrier and a physical barrier layered on top of each other. You do see a magical signature within the barriers. It seems to be moving in the upper level of the um, center because it's 2 levels. I'm just gonna give it 2 levels. We ain't gonna do multi-levels. It's 2 levels, lower level, upper level, and it's within the upper level that you can kind of see that astral signature.
is it a person or is it like
It appears to be a
spirit?
person.
Okay,
You know spirits well enough to be able to.
so it's an awakened person.
Mhm. Probably the one that's holding the barriers.
Probably.
You would guess.
Okay. Well, if there doesn't seem to be any other threats, I'm gonna head back.
All right. Do you see the physical realm? Yes, while you're sensing astral and flying astral. Of course you do. Is it like
Yeah,
hazy?
kind of.
Okay.
It's like they're on top of each other. I'm seeing both
Okay.
basically.
Um, I was remembering that it seemed kind of hazy, like it wasn't real clear, but you could see it. Um, you will see activity. It looks like some people coming in and out. Um, looks like maybe catering is starting to load some things in to a side door. Um, it seems like employees are showing up and whatnot. So there is activity going on there, but the only one magically awakened seems to be the only one in the upper level.
Okay. All right. Well, I will head back and let everybody know what I'm seeing.
All right. He pops back into the garage, lets y'all know.
All right then.
Did you have something to say, Luna? Oh, you unmuted, so I just assumed. We're all waiting for you to say something. Enlighten us.
I'm gonna put back on my hoodie and load back up. I took everything out last night. Warming up.
All right. You all load up. Do you drive separately? Do y'all take the van? Do you?
I'm in the van because I'm driving the
Oh yeah,
rig.
you're driving the drones. That's right. All right.
Do we all need to ride in the van, or do we need to take alternative means?
It's up to you.
I think that you should bring your bike just in case.
Not a problem.
I didn't think you had a growler. I thought yours was more quiet. I thought yours was one of those
The
bikes.
Mirage.
I have both. I have two of everything.
Oh,
At
that's fair.
minimum, I have two of everything at minimum.
That's fair. All right. So Reggie and
You never
Gibson
know
are
when
in
you
the
need a
van.
spare.
Yep. Phoenix, are you going in the van or are you riding a
Yeah,
bike?
I'll probably ride in the van.
Riding in the van. Luna's taking her bike. Um, and you guys head over there. Um, on the way over there, you're flying the drone ahead to scout. Um, the drone, looking through the drone, like the screens for the drones, um, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. You see people moving in and out of the building. Nobody's following you or anything like that. But as you fly it ahead, you do see people moving in and out of the building. Um, and you don't fly over the building. You kind of fly around because you don't want to be suspicious. You want to stay inconspicuous. Um, so you kind of keep it at a little bit of a distance. Um, Matrix wise, if you're kind of slipping in and out of that a little bit, looking around, using the drone,
I'm always in it.
yeah, you can see obviously there's advertisements and things like that all floating around. But outside of that, you do see that this building is um, wired quite well, oddly enough for an event center. But then if they do auctions such as this, high end where nobody knows anybody kind of thing, kind of half expected at this point. Um, there's definitely alarm systems. There's cameras all over. Um, you notice two major areas. Well, three technically, I guess. You have the office. You have a large mechanical room to the north, and then a large, like northwest, and then a smaller mechanical room to the southeast. And then, of course, the office. There's a small mechanical room next to what looks like an elevator. You can kind of pick that out. That's the mechanics for the elevator. Um, other than that, that's pretty much it that you see Matrix going on right now. That's up and running and wired and doing their jobs.
Okay.
Those are the hot spots right now. When you pull up, I'm going to assume you probably pull up to the side, or do you pull up a block away? How do you want to approach this building? You got to tell me.
I suggest away.
Not through the front door. Don't
No.
drive through the front door, please.
No.
You want your clients to like you. Suggest the way.
Hey Reggie, why don't we stop here and hope it the rest of the way, right here on the corner of Sycamore and whatever else.
Okay, we can do that.
All right. You park it. You get the package.
It was just like a box, right?
Right.
It was
Like a
box.
Pelican case.
About
Does it
the
have a
size of a
handle?
computer.
It does not have a handle. It's actually a cardboard box, like a shipping
Oh.
box.
Oh, gotcha. Then I'll
Like
I'll grab it. And,
It has a little smiley face on it. I don't know. Amazon's still around in 2075. Why not?
all right. I'll grab it and
Can you
hop
hear
out.
me?
I can't hear
Yes.
you.
Okay.
I
I
figured
have no
something just
camera.
happened to your camera. Yeah. So what do you do?
I'm going to try to unplug and plug it back in and see if that helps.
All right.
I might
see what
have to
happens.
back out and come back in, but
I bet you that 2075 tech is not any better than the 2025.
Yeah,
You know, 2075 and 1980 seemed very futuristic. I mean, we were thinking hoverboards and all kinds of stuff.
Flying
Which
cars.
we do have hoverboards, but flying cars and, all kinds of stuff. Now in 2025, looking at 2075, going, that's only 50 years from now.
Yeah. I
Maybe
won't
we'll
be
make
here
it.
for it, so I'm not worried.
I'm hoping to be here for it. If my family history has anything to say, I'll be here for it. All right, she must have had
It
to
suddenly
out,
went
pop back in.
quiet.
Yeah, she probably has to undo and redo. I honest to goodness think it's a cord on her camera, because her camera does this off and on all the time. It's like if she bumps her desk just right, everything will go out. I think it's the cord on her camera. But she'll pop back in here in just a minute. Feel free to discuss plans and fill her in when she gets back.
yeah. What exactly are we doing?
I think that we'll need to wait for Luna to make a decision on everything that we're doing. I know that I'm going to head up there and deliver the package because I agreed to do a job. After that, we can have some fun.
Ooh, now you have to fix the echo good.
Let me go fix that.
But we got you back.
yeah, I'm back. I
From
had to
outer
unplug
space.
and
I
plug
can
back
tell
the
because I can
camera.
hear the echo.
Echo, 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 echo.
It's pretty quiet when nobody's talking. But if you can hear an echo and everybody starts talking, suddenly you feel like you're in a cacophony.
All right, there. The echo should be gone.
Yeah, it's gone. I heard it disappear.
Aha! I removed it from you.
Ah, I couldn't hear my voice. I just like to hear my voice.
It's okay. So yeah, I grab the package and I hop out the van and wait for the others before I head towards it. The others that are joining. I don't know if Reggie or Phoenix want to wait in the van. and do their perspective techie and or slash mystical things. And I do so with
Well,
the air quotes.
I will run that drone around a block to take
Okay.
a look and make sure that there is nothing there that seems untoward.
All right.
I know my spirit can't get in because of the ward.
Yep.
So I'm just going to have him basically patrol around the outside of it.
All right. Are you gonna hang out in the van and just wait for a report from the spirit, or you
Are
gonna
we
walk in?
inside the ward yet?
No. Right now,
Okay.
you're just now leaving the van. I'm trying to get your guys' where are you
Oh,
going?
okay. Because I was gonna try and get inside it before I do anything else.
Because unlike D&D, I can't just retcon a lot of stuff because you never split the party. In Shadowrun, you often split the party, so I need to know what everybody's doing before I can narrate anything.
Well, I'm going to go in to help with the delivery.
Okay.
I will monitor from the van.
All right. Luna?
I will be the bodyguard.
Okay. All right. Um, all right, Gibson, Phoenix, and Luna, you're walking up to the event place. Your drone, Reggie, is flying around. Um, roll me your. Is it a perception for the drone, or is it sensors? It might be sensors. What is it for a drone? Really? I just got the same page twice. Ah, there it was. Dang. Okay. Yeah, roll me your drone sensors, Reggie.
My drone sensors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on a second. I
So
actually
find
forgot
that.
to open up my character sheet because.
Oh no! Yeah, character sheets are a little on the vital side,
Oh, come on.
especially in Shadowrun. Keep track of so many numbers.
Yeah.
Kind of like having your, your extra shapes. You just need an extra sheet for like, okay, I'm in the drone. Drone stats. All right. While he's
Having one
finding
of those
that,
days.
it happens. As soon as you find your drone sensors rating, we can take it from there. Because it'll be sensors plus data processing.
I can't remember.
I think it's sensors plus data processing.
It's hidden under 5 different layers, 6 different layers of.
Yeah, it is. I do find chummer characters just because I don't work well on the computer. Printed out
Well, I keep
is
my
like,
games very hidden.
yeah. So, I think it's sensors plus data processing. So give me that roll when you get it. Gibson, Phoenix, and Luna. You walk up to the entry of the event center. You enter into the front doors. They're not locked. There is a security guard standing at the front, about halfway through the lobby. who will motion for you. You notice that the security guard is well dressed, suit, um, wearing a red tie with a Trinity knot. He'll halt you and say, "What can I do for you?"
We have a delivery.
Ah, delivery. Come. And he will turn and he will walk to the office. He'll turn to his right, your left, and go past the stairs to the office. He'll open up the office door and motion you in. You have not gone through the wards. Um, you're noticing that the wards kind of start more at the banquet hall. So this entry area doesn't have a ward. He'll walk into the office, and once you get inside, he'll shut the door. He'll say, "Is this the package?"
Well,
He will.
yes.
I was going to give you a code, but I don't have it written on that page. He'll give you the code number.
Something, something, something.
Yeah,
XTV, I think it was.
yeah, TEX, something, something, TEX.
Wait,
59.
Do you want it? I
Yeah.
have it right here.
Well, I found it too.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want to read it on like 539 something something TEX.
That's the one.
Would that be like software plus the sensor level?
Yeah, you could roll me that. I would go with that.
Okay, that'd be 9 dice. Hold on. Okay. No successes.
Well, it's flying around. It's seeing, people moving in and out. Doesn't see any like extra security or anything like that.
Right.
Nobody out of place. Like looks like a
What
building,
a
a
roll.
business. It's kind of like what I do. 9 dice, no successes. Great. All right. He'll take the package. He'll open up a drawer, and he'll pull out 4 cred sticks, and say I was told there would be 4.
Yeah, we'll get it to him.
He'll drop the 4 cred sticks.
I'll check it as I touch it.
All right. Yeah, there's 3,000 on each. It's easy enough to do. You pick it up.
This is light.
Okay. I was told 3,000 upon delivery. You have delivered it. Here's 3,000. You want more? You got to take it up with Mr. Johnson.
May just have to do that.
He'll take the package. He'll walk to the door. He'll open up the door.
I'll take a look around as I'm about to leave.
All right.
Both in physical and in AR.
Okay. Physically speaking, in this physical world, Luna, this is what you're seeing too. You are, unless you want to be an AR. I mean, you can be an AR if you want to. It is an office. There's a desk. There's a computer. There's shelves with knickknacks and things on them. There is one wall that has several screens on it. Right now, it seems to be that all screens are collectively showing like almost kind of what you see behind Senior. It's showing some kind of landscape collectively. It's an office. Matrix wise, as you're looking at AR, you see that it is definitely hot. The screens are wired to the computer. The screens for you, Gibson, you can see that the screens are wired and they're pumping information back and forth between the screens, the computer, and various locations throughout the building. You're figuring that probably this is also the security feed. Just from your knowledge.
Yeah. Other locations are probably to a central server recording area.
While we're in there, I'm going to do astral perception too and just see what I see.
Okay. Astrally perceiving, you can see that the barrier kind of hits a little bit of this office, but not much. It's like the very corner of this office. But you also still sense that awakened up in the upper level. But other than that, this is pretty much all the magic that you're sensing here right now.
Okay.
There's no spirits that you could see or anything like that.
What's his name badge say?
His name badge says Steve.
So, Steve, what sort of shindig is this here?
As the sign would suggest, well, this building is an event center. The
I mean, the
shindig
auction.
is the auction.
Yeah, what sort of stuff? Like, I couldn't find any information. It's all hush hush.
Well, if you need to know, you'll know.
Oh, come on, Steve.
I get paid more money to be quiet than to spill my knowledge.
Oh, I wasn't gonna pay you. I just figured we'd have a little nice, friendly conversation.
No, this is my friendly conversation.
Oh,
Say
I should
hello
really
to my
work
little
on that.
friend.
I work
I'm sure
security.
Yeah, you should work on that. I'm sure your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend would be much happier.
I'm sure they
I'd-
would.
I'd- oh, hey, maybe introduce me sometime, and then he'll just walk out.
All right. Luna, you get a sense that I mean, you sense some matrix on him too, obviously. He's security. He's not going to be without. You get a sense, Luna, that he's packing more than just a weapon. He's not tall and lanky security. He's big and buff security. He's bouncer material.
I'm assuming I see some wear on him, sending
Yes.
out signals. Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe if I have to, I'll give him a bum knee or something.
You have to. All right, you walk out. You guys follow. All
Yep.
right. He'll follow you out. He keeps the package in hand, and he goes to the center of the auditorium and watches you guys as you leave. You don't notice him going anywhere until, well, as you're leaving. You lose sight of him before he will move.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
I peek back around the corner. Is he still there?
Yep, you see him walking into the event hall.
What do you say, Luna? Do we walk away with our money, or do we have some fun?
I'm gonna scope out what I see. We could possibly have more fun later.
Well, I mean, Luna, all you have to do is ask. But
All right, we don't see any of the items up for auction aren't out yet.
Correct. Matter of fact, he has this package kind of tucked up under an arm and is just walking through the event hall. He hasn't even opened it. Watching long enough, you'll see him disappear into the northeastern corner. There's a set of double doors. You'll see him disappear back in there.
we can see the event room from where we are.
Yeah, there's double doors with windows. Like you can see people moving about in the event hall. It looks like they're setting up chairs, tables, throwing linens on tables, pulling out
I will
table decorations.
check out from the interior room all of the possible egress.
Um, from where you're at, you see large, like almost garage-like doors. There are 4 of them along the southern wall from what you can see inside the main event hall.
Okay.
Which walking around the building, you can see that goes to a patio that's like fenced in or walled in. Um, you can see also kind of in the back southern corner there is a door. You're not quite sure where that goes to. Obviously, when you were in the office, you saw nothing in the office. The office didn't even have a window. You see the stairs. You knew the stairs in the entry hall went up to the upper level. Not sure about the upper level. And you see an open area to the northern side with a couple of doors back in there. Not really sure where that goes. And then the double doors that the security went through.
Given
then there's a
that
door
it's
on the
an
far
event
side.
center, I locate. There's probably a bar. See if I can see that.
Kind of looking. You can see the edge of a bar to the northern side of the event hall.
Okay. And do I see any signs of a kitchen area, service area, where like catering would run out of?
Yeah, you don't see that from in the lobby.
Okay.
You would guess it's probably behind the bar.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Raid's
kind
my
of the
kitchen, and now she's looking for someone else's.
well, got to keep a girl fed.
Okay.
But you would assume probably behind the bar. The drone, as it's flying around, will feed Reggie some information. There are a set of double doors on the northern building. There's a single door on the northern side of the building that seems to have people coming in and out of. There is a single door to the eastern side of the building that nobody's coming in and out of. There's a set of double doors on the southern side of the building, as well as a single door. Nobody seems to be coming in and out of those either. Oh, that's not true. There's some people coming in and out of that single door down there. But other than that, that seems to be all of the doors to the outside of the building,
I will
other than the main ones.
And look at Gibson Glitch and say, we could go in now and have fun with one, or we could gather more information if we come back tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I think tonight's the best time to go in. We have an invitation.
As do I.
All right. So you guys head out, head back to the van.
Yep.
And the bike.
And the bike. Phoenix, you listen to this conversation. Do you say anything?
No.
Okay. All right. You head out. You go back to the van. What do you relay? Do you relay everything? You take it.
Yeah, I'll relay what I saw in, and particularly compare notes with Reggie for possible escape routes out of this event center for tonight, putting the outside with the inside and putting it together.
And while she's there, I'm going to run another sweep just to look at escape routes as well as what might be blocking our paths.
Okay. Do you want to roll me that 9 dice again?
Yeah, I'll roll you that 9 dice again.
Maybe get
hopefully,
some successes this time.
Hopefully with actual. Oh, I see at least 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice. All right. Looking at this building, obviously there's an alley going on the northern side and an alley on the eastern side. The building itself is on the corner of two streets. So you have a street on the western side and southern side. Those are the main streets there because I gave
Right.
it's on the corner of X and X, X and Y. But those two streets are on either side of those buildings or this building. The alley is kind of around, so it's not attached to any other building as far as you
Right.
can tell.
But I
Um,
will trace the alleys. I will trace out, go north on the alley going north, and come around to the east alley
okay.
with the drone.
All right. As you go out to the north, you will follow that alley for a little while. It seems to be behind a couple of other longer buildings all the way up to the next street. Um, those buildings are all connected. They could be individual businesses just connected, or they could be one business that's like got all of that building. You're not real sure. But they are two very long buildings. As you come back around to the other side, you will see a couple of other buildings separated on the along the Y street. There will be a couple other separate buildings with alleys that come in this way. But this building takes up all of that corner of the street, which I can
Okay.
probably.
So I have 4 different directions we can go. And I will be able to judge based on what I know as to which one will get us out of town or out of this area quickest. Once we get into other streets, then we have other paths that suddenly open up because I've been around long enough to have mapped a lot of it out.
All right. Oh, for crying out loud. Let's do it this way. In essence, that's not the right spot, but I think you'll get my point. If you want to look at Albert, you can.
Sorry, I can barely hear you there, Jody.
Oh, sorry. I was drawing. Um, if you want to take a look at Albert, that's kind of what I just described. The purple lines are the streets. The yellow boxes are the buildings that are in this square, basically, of the city square.
Right.
Here.
So, Reggie, in your opinion, which would be possibly the primary exit route?
Considering where which of these, you've got 5 buildings here. Which of
I do
these
have
is
5
actually,
buildings.
which is the building we're looking at?
Let me put it in a different color that you can actually see. Let me draw.
Red.
This is, I'm going to put black because it's easy to see on yellow. This is Felix's event center, is the X.
Okay, all right. So it's not really that big of a, okay, but it's
It's
right
not that
on the
big of a
corner.
building, but it is on the corner.
Right. I'm going to say that the actual, based on what I can see, can they, not we, get to that mechanical room?
Yeah. Well, they could. I mean,
Okay, because I don't see a door on it. So that's why I'm asking.
You could drive. Oh, the small one, the really small one, there's not a door to it. You can't get to it from the outside. You have to come from the inside because that is strictly for the elevator. That's a
Oh, okay.
mechanical room for the elevator. The other 2 mechanical rooms are for the entire event center.
But there's a catering room,
Right.
and
So
we
there,
can make our truck easily look like a catering truck.
yeah, both of these alleys are very drivable. I know I made one a lot skinnier, but both of the
Right.
alleys are very drivable. Because you saw, or at Phoenix when he scouted it out earlier,
Okay.
saw a catering truck there at one point.
All right. I would be pointed towards the east in the above where the letter C is on catering.
Okay.
That's my recommendation.
Okay. So if that's our
And
primary exit,
that's your primary exit. If worse comes to worse, see where the 110 is, where the corridor is?
yes,
That exits onto the other alley.
and that if we had to emergency exit out of that, it would be easy for you to get to us.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then onto the street.
And then onto the street.
Going where I am parked, or where I plan on parking, there's 3 ways to go. Either alley or down to the street on that alley. The primary being going north, actually.
So I'm
Because-
thinking that what you're saying is that we don't need extra vehicles necessarily to get
No.
out.
No, we don't need extra vehicles to get out. What we need is to know whether we're going to go out at 108, 108 or at 110.
Right. Well, I'm thinking we would exit through 108 unless 108 becomes problematic and we can't get to it fast enough. Secondary would be 110. And if that way would become blocked, it would be a matter of us just getting out and calling for you where our location is. And
Right.
attempting to get to you and you to us. Okay. I'm satisfied with that plan. How about you, Glitch? Gibson.
I know he shouldn't put his name as Glitch yet.
I know, but I did. Hey, that works for me.
He knows who I'm talking about.
All right.
Because
Okay.
it's my guess that that's storage room right there. I think that's where we saw him entering in, and that's probably where the items are located.
Possibly.
Now, when I am parked there, when this is all going down, I will fly the drone in the middle of that alley intersection,
Okay.
but at 40 feet up.
Okay. You'll keep it hovering?
Yes, keep it
Okay.
hovering high enough and on an audio alert while I'm in the driver's seat,
Okay.
using a pad or whatever to watch the feed.
Okay.
So that way it can go whatever direction we end up having to go.
And this is if something goes down in the middle of the auction.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you have, I'm assuming, headed back to Reggie's to discuss this and talk about it and go, okay, let's make plans. Is there anything you wish to do between 1 and 5?
Well, I suppose we need to get dressed.
Yeah, a shower's probably a good idea as well.
Yeah. Take a shower. Put on some makeup, do my hair. Look like a refined lady.
Oh, well, I don't want to step on your tail again. All right, you get yourselves together. Phoenix, you gonna just hang out in the van and wait? You gonna keep your spirit on a nearby building? Like, what's the plan for you?
Yeah, just kind of hang out and wait, and actually, I'll go ahead and go back into Astral and kind of patrol the area
All
around
right.
the auction site.
Okay.
Watching
While
for
they're at the
people
auction or ahead of time?
ahead of time,
Okay. All right.
watching for people appearing.
I'm
Okay.
going to refuel or repower the, recharge the drone. Since this is
Reggie.
a bigger drone, it takes a little more power to run.
Pterodon.
Yeah, and I can be in astral projection for 12 hours.
Hey, Reggie.
Yeah.
You got like a medium or so drone with a cargo space that we can store our gear in case shit goes sideways, and you can get it to us?
Let me see what I got here.
Because I doubt they're going to let me, take in any heat.
Yeah, the problem, yeah, I guess I could take the weapons mount off of one of my drones. I don't have a big drone. I have a medium drone
I just
with
need
a
you to
weapons
carry
mount.
an SMG and some clothes.
Yeah, it's got a grenade launcher on it. Actually, I have two of those.
Do you need one of his drones to carry it?
Well, unless they're going to let me take a duffel bag in.
I mean, I doubt that.
Yeah, but the van will be parked right outside the back door.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Could we take it in with catering stuff and actually hide it under the bar?
Depends on what's there. You'd have to scout it out.
What's the
Yeah.
Or if you
likelihood
could
that
get
they're
in
going
there.
to scan for items, weapons?
Less chance in the catering than in the main hall.
Yeah.
Because caterers are just that. They're caterers. Who cares? They're
As long
throwaways
as
to them.
there's a good smell, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Does it smell good?
Well, it's like if you've got a big box with a tray on top of it, they're generally not going to look in the box. They're going to look under the cloche to see what's on the tray.
fair.
So my recommendation is anything you take into that catering area into 108,
Wait.
or if you can move it into 107, that's even better. But depending on the attention of the barkeep, and his attention can easily be manipulated.
Do we know what catering company they're using? Luna, did you spot that? Are you ready?
I don't know which one they're
Reggie
going
doesn't
to
spot
use,
nothing. Oh. No. With your 4, you probably would have spotted some emblems of I don't know, Bella's, Tasties. I don't know. I need a good name. I need a good gourmet. Give me a good French. I don't know French. That's why. Give me a good French.
A French catering company, huh?
Yeah. Bells. Because Belle is a good French name. We'll do Belle.
I was thinking like catering by Henri.
There you go. Catering by Enrique.
La Belle Cuisine Noire.
There you go. I like
Mhm.
that. La Belle Cuisine Noire. I do like that. We're going to go with that.
It translates to the beautiful black kitchen.
Where we char everything.
Yes.
Everything is blackened.
Everything
that's
is blackened.
It might
that's
sound
blackened.
French,
Yes.
but it's really Cajun.
I know it's a French name, but we really.
Hey,
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
French Cajun, right?
It's French Cajun. That's right. All right. Yep, we're going to stick with that. The Belle Cuisine Noire. That's the catering company that seems to be there. And you see them. It looks like that they are also, when you're watching this, some of the employees that are showing up, there are some employees that are dressed well, like suit and tie, but in black. But a lot of the employees come in wearing, the white with the black tie, the black bow tie, um, black slacks. They have like a little apron, um, and all of them, as you kind of look and watch with the drone, all of them have the design. I mean, it's a little too far away to see specifically, but you can tell the design. They're being provided by La Belle Cuisine Noire. The
Perfect.
wait staff is.
Well, one thing we can do, we have standard catering clothes available. And we could just say that they needed extra staff and we were subcontracted to help them.
I mean, might be able to get us even a contract.
True.
So I'll go flop on the couch and see if I can get into their system.
All right. Who's going in? Who you gonna implant?
What do you mean? Sorry.
I mean, you can be a subcontract, but event like this, you would know. An event like this, probably the wait staff is checked as well. Like, are you okay?
Vetted.
Are you on the list? They're vetted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll open my eyes a second, look into them. You guys just want me to put your names? What do you want to go by? You got any other sins?
Reggie, Phoenix,
Uh,
are you going to go in? That's the first question.
Reggie is
Because
not going to go in.
Phoenix, do you want to go in as wait staff? Be on the inside?
Probably could, yeah. You can put it under Luke Robinson.
Luke Robinson. So fancy sounding. All right. How about you?
It's my good fake one.
And Reggie, if they come out to the van, they may want your ID as well.
Yeah.
What fake name are you going to give them?
Let me see. I don't think I have that on anything.
Should be mixed in with all your fake sins, although you might not have named them. That's entirely
I
possible.
didn't name. I don't believe I named any of my fake Sims.
Well, come up with a name.
Yeah, let me look. I can't remember. Oh, there they are. No,
It asks for a name when you first create it, but
Where is it?
I don't
Under,
know.
it's under gear.
I understand that. I'm looking under gear. Oh, fake sins. Yeah, I
Found it.
I have a fake license, but I don't see any
Oh,
of that kind.
did we not add a fake sin to you?
No.
Okay.
Well, I have the fake sin under Reggie,
Well, right. You have Reggie as a fake sin.
and
But you need a rating 3 or a rating anything. Fake
I have
sin.
some. I have a fake a rating 1 driver's license. Is all I have. I don't have a
Okay.
name on it.
Oh, well, we need a name.
Okay, we'll just say. Dang, I don't want to use that. That's the name for my.
Archibald.
Archibald.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Archibald.
Archibald Smythe.
All right.
Smythe
Smythe, yes.
with an E. Don't forget the E.
It's with a Y and an E. Yeah.
Oh, Y and an E.
Is there one of those accent marks over any of them?
No.
No, it's a British
Yes.
name.
Yeah, it's a British spelling. Name gear. There we go.
All right. How about you now, Luno? Which of your beautiful personalities are going to join us?
Well, she won't be in as wait staff, that's for sure.
I will probably go in as Uriah Eshel.
All right. I will input information and flip through my sins and pull out Marcus Blade.
Marcus. All right. Give me your hack on the fly to get into the approved wait staff, in essence.
Yep, I need to know what that is because I can't look at my cheat sheet.
Oh, no. Okay. Hold on. I can look at my cheat
Is
sheet.
that just my hacking?
Otherwise,
It is hacking, yeah.
Okay. And I forgot how we figured out the matrix attribute for my limit, but
I will be able to tell you here in just a minute. Hack on the fly. Intuition and firewall, or hacking and logic. Sorry, that's my intuition and firewall. Hacking and logic. I think your limit might be your resonance.
I don't know if it was my resonance. I think it was higher than that. If I remember correctly, it was 9? I
know it was. I was remembering it being pretty high, but I was thinking it was your resonance.
There was like a whole calculation. It was like 1.3 of this plus 2. It was weird.
You know, I think you're right. I think it was a weird calculation. But I know you also bumped it up with a sprite the last time you rolled.
Yes, I'm not doing that right now. Not yet. All right.
I don't want to leave my page.
That is 6.
6. Well, you beat my 1 by 5. So you've got 2 marks on it. You can do a lot of stuff with just 2 marks. You just can't
Okay.
format it or reboot it, basically.
Okay.
But you can do a lot of stuff with just 2 marks if you don't want to do that hack on the fly again.
Nah, I don't want to format or reboot it. I can still delete files, I'm sure. So
Yes.
yeah, no,
There's a
don't
lot
need
of
to do
stuff
any
you
of
can
that.
edit. All right.
And what is that do to your pool? That's like -2 or 3?
It's no
4?
-4.
-4. Okay.
Mhm.
So all right. I'm gonna look at their employee list and find for that event.
All right. Go ahead and do a matrix search. That's computer and
For me, it'll still be logic.
still logic. Intuition. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, but because of my thing, it is logic. That is 4 successes.
All right. You are able to locate, and once you get in there, you are able to kind of fly around a little bit in its memory core, and you find the file that has wait staff on it, and there is a list of names.
Okay.
This is not redacted.
I will first. I will use an edit file to download that list.
Okay.
And I need. Okay. Nobody talk for like 10 seconds. I'm gonna move things over to my other screen.
But now we can practice our sign language.
Here's your sign.
Oh, it is time, isn't it?
Do we need to take a break?
We can.
I say we get all set up, and before we actually go, we take a break.
Okay.
Absolutely agree.
I can handle that. All right. I think that I've got all of the things over that I needed. Okay.
All
All
right.
right. So edit file. Computer plus logic versus your intuition plus firewall. And I'm
Yeah.
going to copy it.
Yeah, I rolled my whopping 2 dice after -4.
Oh.
I gotta look this up because I feel like the firewall would be much larger than this, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. And I have to beat yours. That's one. I got 3. All right.
I got nada.
Okay.
Not even a 1 to call my name.
Oof. All right. So then I will make a copy of that, and then I will edit it and add the names for Reggie or Archibald and sorry, Phoenix, I forgot your other one's name, but I'll add that one. Luke. Luke. Yes, I will add Luke.
Luke Robinson and Archibald Smythe.
Yes, and that one. Ooh, that's a good roll. I got 5 successes there.
All right. You guys are on the list. You with 5 successes, you were even to get in there and scrub it in there that they were already vetted. They've got a clean check mark. They're going to be good to go. All they have to do is present ID.
Yep.
Basically.
I will then look at their system for their ID schematic.
Their ID schematic?
Yeah, like how they encode them.
How do they encode?
Are they just visual IDs, or are they going to have a matrix encoding?
Oh, okay. Yeah, they will scan it. Their matrix coding. They will scan their ID, and visually. But yeah, there's not going to be like a major like, are we going to send out this ID to some other system?
No,
because ideally they're already pre-vetted.
Right. No, I just want to make sure that the number that they scan on the ID matches the name in the system.
Oh, okay. Yes. So you are able to do that with your matrix with the help of them handing you their sims, basically. Because you'll be able to pull that information from their sims willingly. You don't even have to roll for that. And embed it with your multi-success there.
All right. Any communication from the event telling them what to expect, how to behave, any protocol to follow?
don't think anything on their server will have that information. Although if you want to hack again, you can jump over to the actual catering company and pull their like handbook or whatever, and you can actually embed their names in the actual catering company's business as well if you wanted to, but you'd have
I
to
will do
jump
that.
to another server.
Yep, I will do that. I will roll my hack
Hack
on
on
the
the
fly.
fly.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh, I rolled good that time. Apparently the catering company is like serious about their stuff.
I got 7.
I got 4.
Okay.
So you got 1 mark.
Okay. I can edit files with 1 mark.
Okay. All right.
There's a couple other things I can do as well, but
I will not roll that good again.
all right. So yeah, I will.
All right. Go ahead and roll your edit file.
Yep.
I got 1 success. I think it's an opposed test, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought.
I got 4 successes.
All right. So you are going to be able to edit their files. You add their names to their files just in case something weird happens and they need to
Yeah, got to
check
be
back
thorough.
with the Katie company. You do find an employee handbook that talks about upscale
Events.
events, yeah, that they are expected to follow all dress code protocol, the white shirt, the black bow tie, the black slacks, black shoes, to wear an apron, and to basically, when you're running one of these businesses, you're basically seen and not heard. Answer all questions to the best of your ability. If you don't have the answers, come find a supervisor to answer those questions. And what the guest wants, the guest gets, basically.
Okay. I will attempt to download that and make a copy of it.
All right.
Yeah. Only 3 successes.
Oh, wait, you're downloading. Oh, well, I only got 1, so you still got it.
All right.
Like I said, I won't roll that good again for the rest of the night.
With that, I will hop out of the system
All right.
and look at them and say, "You guys are in," and I will shoot the employee handbook to their comm links.
You got homework. Here you go.
Yep.
All right. With that, you guys seem to be set up for Phoenix and Reggie to be part of the catering crew. Reggie, of course, you probably won't go in. You'll probably stick to your van. Gibson and Luna, you're actually on the guest list. And you're prepared to go in at 5 o'clock this evening. With that, we're going to take about a 10-minute break because we need bio break.
We shall return. Oh, we're back.
All right, welcome back. Our group, our runners have a plan to go to this auction, and if crap hits the fan, they have a plan of escape. They're not quite sure what they're going to do at the auction, except for check out all of the merchandise. But the rest is up to you.
We're gonna have fun.
You're going to have fun. All right.
Gonna have a good time.
As time comes close, Phoenix and Reggie, you know that wait staff, they're going to be expected to be there at probably at least an hour early.
It will
And
tell us in
so,
the handbook that I gave them.
yes, the handbook would say arrive at the event an hour early. Um, because wait staff needs to be there and ready to go before guests arrive. So,
Okay.
shortly before you go, you check things out. It's pretty calm. It's pretty quiet. Phoenix still senses the magical awakening, someone who is awakened in the upper level of this event center. The barriers are still there, and you go in and you go to start the. I guess we should. Phoenix! You show up to do your wait staff. He will work on his wait staff. In the meantime, Reggie, as you're kind of checking out drones and stuff, even though wait staff is there, you do begin to see some people begin to arrive. They are dressed to the nines in very fine attire. They seem to be getting dropped off by limos. They come in groups of 2 to 5. Anywhere can step out of a limo. You very rapidly realize that this hall is going to accommodate more than just 26 invitees. Each invitee is probably going to bring a guest or two. And they're going to start to arrive. Phoenix, let me know when you're there. Aha! There you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So you arrive about an hour early. You show up to the catering side. You know not to go to the front door. You're going to come into the servants' entrance, basically. You go to the catering door. There is a security guard standing there. He'll say, "Com, please," or "ID, please."
I'll give him my fixin'.
All right. You give him the correct fix-in.
Yes.
And he scans it, hands it back to you while he's looking at his own device. He says, and then he'll let you in. You can enter. He'll step aside. As you enter into the kitchen area, you notice that there's lots of people moving about. There's chefs and whatnot working the kitchen itself. There is a table area that's kind of laid out for trays of hors d'oeuvres and things of that nature. And you will hear some instructions being barked out that each server is to take a tray out, mingle among the people. When your tray is empty, you come back for more until the evening is over, basically. And all of these hors d'oeuvres are, a lot of smaller uh, things that are almost full entrees, just in a small, like bite-sized type pop in your mouth. And pretty impressive. And so you go in, you get yourself all ready, you pick up a tray, and you walk out to the hall.
Sure.
Or do you do something else? I'm curious. I'm just throwing
Yeah,
that out there.
I'll go out
Okay.
there and I'll I guess I'll be astrally perceiving.
Okay. As you walk through the hall and you astrally perceive, you begin to see some guests arrive and coming into the hall. Some of them are standing at tables. Some of them are just standing in groups in various areas. And as you kind of go through with your tray, astrally perceiving, you see a couple of people in here as guests that are awakened. One of them seems to put off a fairly strong signature. There are several people who are awakened, but one of them in particular seems to be putting off a fairly strong signature, stronger than the one that's upstairs.
Okay, I'll just kind of ping them in my mind to watch for them.
All right.
And I won't stay in astral perception very long, most likely, because, it's hard to split your attention between that and physical stuff if you're trying to do things.
Yeah.
So.
All right. All right. So you go about. You figure there's probably about 30 people here or so. Gibson and Luna, are you precisely on time? Are you a little early? Are you fashionably late? Like, what's the plan here?
Probably 5 minutes late.
Okay. All right.
Over our comms. Hey, Reggie, are they scanning the guests?
I will look towards the back door and see if I can see them. Well, let's see. Actually, no, I'll take the drone around the front.
Okay. All right.
I'm sitting in the back of the van right now, though, because that way and the door's shut, so there's no light coming out of the van. And I will scan the front of the building to see whether or not I can see them scanning the
Okay.
guests.
You can see that they are stopping guests as they're walking in. The head of security seems to be standing there. And no, it's not the head of security. It's another security person. Is standing there with like a keypad. And they do stop the guests. They seem to have an interaction. He messes with the keypad. You can see the keypad. There's a light on it that kind of turns green. You can just see the ambient light from it. It'll turn green, and he motions them on. He only does it like once per group that comes in, per se.
All right.
I mean, every now and then he'll do two, but usually it's only about once per group.
Okay, so they're doing a cursory check, but they're not really doing a thermal imaging or anything like that. It's simple checking.
All right then.
Okay.
So
You got something small and hidden you can take in?
if you can attach yourself to a bigger group, you might even be able to get in without getting scanned at all.
We'll see how that works, but I'm not going to push the subject on it.
Yeah, just in case.
Probably scanning in specific numbers.
Yes.
Right.
That's why I say punching 6 digits.
If you can attach yourself to a group of 5 or 6 people and make it look like you're part of that group, even talking to them on the way,
we have
really, yeah.
So, I say we just go in with our invite. I think if they're not scanning, I don't see. Maybe we can take in a small weapon. I got, and so we're not completely foobar.
You definitely don't see people carrying in weapons. Whether or not they're concealed or not,
Oh
wouldn't
yeah, I'm
know.
not gonna strap a rifle to my
Yeah.
back or nothing.
And I
but-
can't tell you whether the door has its own
And you know what?
equipment.
If they say something, I will apologize profusely.
There you go.
And allow them to place it in their locker.
Do you,
I can't take my weapons off.
well, there's that. But do you do a concealed pistol or whatever?
No, if I try to conceal anything, it's going to be shuriken.
Okay. You wanna conceal some shuriken?
I put some in my handbag.
Okay. All right.
Accessorize.
That's right. You know, if you do it just right, you can turn them into hair pieces.
True.
Janet Jackson could have used them as well. Anyway,
Right?
I will put my shurikens in my pocket, my little purse, my little evening bag, because there's not much space to conceal anything in with what I'm wearing.
Okay. All right. So, how do you guys arrive at this place? Most people are arriving in nice cars. You could walk up. You can arrive astride a motorcycle, I guess, if you want to.
All I have is a motorcycle.
You're in your
I would
Sunday
suggest-
best.
I would suggest walking up from. I could have dropped them down the street, and
There
they
you
could
go.
have walked up or taken a cab.
Yes, that works for me.
All right. So you walk up.
Yep.
There does seem to be somebody pretty much kind of in front of you talking to the security guard standing there. They did indeed. You hear them as you're walking up that they did indeed ask for the code. Once they punched in the code, they asked how many and punched in a number after that, and let them pass on through. There was like a group of maybe 3 people there. As you approach, they'll say, code, please.
I'll give the code.
They'll punch it in. Green light will pop up. They'll say, how many?
+1.
They'll punch in some numbers. Say, enjoy the evening.
Thank you.
What kind of dress are you wearing?
Her or him?
Her. Well, Gibson, are you wearing a dress? Are you being...
Not tonight. Maybe another night.
Okay.
It
Sorry,
is
couldn't
it is
resist.
a 4-length black dress.
Oh, you did go black.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Only proper.
That is got a princess neckline. It is completely backless, with the exception of the strand of aquamarine colored gems that are holding the straps up. Because, you know, if I get in a fist fight, I don't want to lose my dress. And she's also wearing, I'm also wearing an aquamarine jeweled necklace and earrings.
All right.
My hair is all wrapped up, and I'm wearing a very faint blue silver scarf that sparkles. It's got sparkles on it
All right.
over my head. Think Audrey Hepburn, you know, with
Okay.
some down the front, some down the back, over my head.
Okay. All right. All right.
And attempt at it's a concealing the hair thing. That's why it's sparkly and everything.
All right. Oh, I mean, that's pretty good.
So
All right. So you walk in. You notice that there are probably about 60 people here, including you guys, already, you know, at the moment. Now, if other people come in a little bit later, that'll increase that number. but there are about 60 people here. You see, wait staff kind of going throughout. You will get approached almost immediately by somebody who offers you hors d'oeuvres on a
Horse
tray.
steers.
Horse divorce.
I'll take one.
As will I.
Okay. And then they'll move on to the next group or whatever. You do spot Phoenix moving about the room, checking things out. And basically, everybody's just kind of mingling. You can hear some chit chatting. Fine weather we're having today. Kind of very surface level conversations. Nothing about, oh, how are your kids doing? Like nothing deep. Not even that deep. You can tell that everybody here is just conversing to, show good faith, keep
Pass the
tension
time.
down, pass the time, but nothing of any value that would reveal necessarily who they are, why they're here, what are they looking for, or anything. You just hear snippets. Phoenix, do you do anything in particular?
No. Although I'm kind of watching for the option to disappear, basically.
Um, Among the crowd mingling and all of that stuff, it would be easy to disappear depending on where you want to disappear to.
Well, like just into the equivalent of a broom closet.
Well, there is the
Or the
equivalent,
corridor at 109 or 110.
right? There is the equivalent
Yeah,
of a
here we
broom
have a map.
closet that you can see at about 103. That is a broom closet. And then there's a door to a little corridor between the two bathrooms that might be a closet, or it might just be access to plumbing for all you know.
There's also the storage under the stairways.
Yeah, that would require you to leave the main hall and go into the lobby area.
I'm going to ask Phoenix to go ahead and verify the corridor at 110 and make sure it's clearly accessible for getting out of there. Nothing blocking it or anything.
I'll do what I can to get over there and go through there.
All right. You sensed yourself going through the barrier, by the way.
Yeah.
You did, Phoenix. I don't know that Gibson or Luna, they probably wouldn't sense it because it's all magical. They were allowed in, so they didn't probably even realize it. But you sensed yourself passing through. You were allowed in. You were checked off, probably. Good thing your name was added. If you were to go out into the lobby area, you would exit that barrier. You know that. But you sense that the barrier pretty much encompasses the whole hall and all of its immediate exits.
Okay.
And into the kitchen a little. So.
Okay. What about but the exit out is clear? Like physically?
Physically, yeah, there's nothing blocking any of these doors.
Okay. Is it, if I go sneak into storage room 109, is there somewhere in there, like, is anything being used in there at the moment?
Well, not that
Like,
you can see.
has anybody been going in and out of there, I guess, is really
You're not seeing anybody going in and out of there at this time. The two double doors are closed.
okay.
And there is no window to them. They're just nice looking doors to give a nice aesthetic to the
We
main
lost
hall.
Reggie.
Okay. All right. So I have a few options then. I'm really going to kind of wait until there's something that calls everybody's attention before I do anything.
Oh, he can't hear us either. Gotta love technical difficulties. That's a miracle. Taking something off of the tray, looking for a drink. Gibson, I'm going after a drink.
Get me one while you're out.
Sure.
Surprise me.
I'll go to the bar.
As long as it's hard.
Two bourbons, neat. What? People here don't drink bourbon? I like everything tidy. I will take the glasses and turn to walk away, but I will definitely, when I'm turning to walk away, take note of the door beyond the bar. Okay. Um, Also, as I go to walk back, I will take note of the door at the corridor 110. Does it look does it look like a door that would lock? Okay. I'm not going to go beyond that door. I don't want to draw attention to that. I'm not even going to walk to the door. I'm just going to take note of it while I'm out that while I'm that in that corner.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Somehow my mic got turned off.
Oh.
I was going to say that Reggie is changing drones because this is at evening, right? He's going to a micro drone because it has a low light uh, readability. So he'll bring in the mini drone and take the micro drone out.
All right.
Couldn't afford the space to put the the low light on the smaller drone or on the bigger drone.
Right. I'm just checking them out because those are our two pre-plans. And I'll take a drink back to Gibson. Okay. All right.
Take my drink and smile. Continue looking around in AR, seeing what sort of wireless signals are bouncing around.
Huh. Also known as guards.
As I stand there and do the whole Secret Service thing, watching the people all around. And being that I know what I know because of who that I am, um, body language is very important. So as I'm drinking, I will shift and kind of lean in towards Gibson.
I'll
Got to sell the
look
cover.
look over and smile a bit, and I'll wrap my arm around her waist and just kind of move around the main hall.
Oh, I would have at some point just pointed out or said that there's a few, but really just keeping an eye on one in particular and point out the one that was a little stronger. I'm also looking to see if I actually recognize anybody. Having been on the legal side of the world for most of my life. Jeez. Knowledge. Alchemy, architecture, awakened hangouts, geology, magical law, magical theory, magical threats, parageology, spirits. Yeah. And some languages, but that's geology, but having to do with supernatural stuff or magical stuff.
Ah.
Really? Like somebody might be involved with that stuff. I got one hit.
Joe,
One hit, no ones.
we have somebody who's made a comment that with the map up, they can't hear Jody.
What was that?
When the map's up, you can't hear Jody.
Oh,
Jody's not also not on the screen when you have the map up, so
right.
that could be
we
why.
knew that, but yeah.
Let me fix. Let me fix.
No, fixes the last.
This was the last game.
Yes.
Get on the glitch.
Yeah, you need to unglitch.
Unglitch.
There. Okay. We should be able to hear Jody and see the map now.
Can you hear me now? Please comment and let me know that it's fixed, or one of our people listen and find out.
Yeah, I'll go listen.
Because I can keep talking, I guess. And
Yeah.
Okay.
I can hear you there.
Yep, you're
Sweet.
good.
Yay! I wonder how long that's been happening. How long have the map been up?
4 or 5 minutes.
Oh no! Thank you so much for letting us know. Sorry we didn't catch it sooner. So yeah, basically we're all at the event. Phoenix has shared with Gibson and Luna that there are a few people in here that are awakened. One in particular he's keeping an eye on. Seems to be definitely higher in magic, or stronger
What's she
in
look like?
magic. She
Oh, she.
is an older lady. She stands
On her
very
head.
tall. Well, she's very tall, but she's almost always leaning on one leg. Um, and she has blonde hair, long, braided, in a kind of a fancy braid. You see little things kind of tucked into her hair. Some of them seem to be gemstones. Other things, upon closer inspection, appear to be a little bit more shamanistic. She's wearing a beautiful emerald green dress that is loose fitting. It's obviously got a nice neckline and whatnot, but it's high waisted, empire waist kind of thing, and loose down at the bottom, flows very, very gently. She does wear a set of white gloves. Um, if you kind of walk around and kind of take a look, she's got deep brown eyes.
When you say older, how old do you mean?
Older, as in maybe in her 40s.
Okay.
Not older than you.
I'm in my 40s.
Oh, I thought you were younger than that. Okay. Nope,
Joe, am in my 40s.
Well, I know you, Joe, are in your
Okay,
40s.
you mean
I'm
Gibson.
talking
Yeah,
to
okay,
you,
gotcha.
Gibson.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay, my bad.
All right.
She's
so,
twice your age.
Hey.
Oh, and
I am in my 40s. I don't consider myself old, but you know,
Like,
if I'm playing a 20-year-old character, you know, when I was 20, 40 was older.
God, don't remind me.
and I will ask at some point, ask one of you to or I guess I'll just have you like kind of cover viewing angles so I can just sneak in that little room that's between the restrooms. And I'm going to see if there's room in there to basically hide my body.
All right. As you empty out your tray, you know, you kind of walk over to the restrooms. Go ahead and, I don't know, roll me a sneaking?
Yeah, this will be interesting.
Because it's not called stealth in here, right? It's sneaking.
Here's my sneaking.
Your single die.
I got a 1.
Oh, jeez, you glitched hardcore. All right, I'm gonna say that as you hit that door, and you kind of bump it, like you're gonna just kind of sneak backwards, open it backwards, and just kind of, and it doesn't open. You turn around, it's locked.
Well, I guess I won't go in that door.
One. Not only did you not succeed,
You rolled a what?
you rolled a
The
one.
entirety of your pool was a what?
Yep.
I was not expecting
Um,
this little room to be locked.
Actually, if I go out the door at catering, was that mechanical room down at the end? Was that accessible from back here?
It seems like none of the mechanical rooms are available from the inside. They're all
Right.
accessible from the outside.
That's what I mean. If I go outside.
Oh, like if you go outside here, you can
Yeah.
go down here and try these doors if you'd like. I mean, the chances are they could be locked, and you probably will be seen leaving the kitchen.
Oh, that's true. Guards are out there.
Your wait staff, what are you doing? Can't walk out on your shift?
It's a smoke break, boss.
Right?
You gotta get
I'll
something
just-
out of the van.
I'll just keep waiting for now and probably hit the janitor closet once things start.
Okay. All right, you'll hang tight then. Okay.
Do I recognize any avatars here?
I don't know. Maybe. What did you roll on your sorry, not to interrupt this, but what did you roll on your previous knowledge roll, Phoenix? You rolled 1, right, Chuck?
Yeah.
On your knowledge? Okay.
No. Yeah, 1 hit.
You only had 1 hit. Okay. No, you probably won't recognize anybody.
Okay.
You didn't read that article. What would you roll? What are your knowledges?
Seattle Sprawl, Resonance Entities, Matrix History, Investigation, God Procedures, and the most important one, 20th and / 21st century pop culture.
Yes. What exactly resonance entities? Describe that one for me.
Yes. Let me get the.
Yes. All right. Okay.
Let me get it. Let me get the info.
I want to make sure. Would it be things that would resonate within the matrix, or is it specific to like resonating critters or resonating like
It wouldn't be like critters. It'd be
BioWare
more like
or
people and like people within the matrix and with resonance. But let me.
People who need people.
So essentially, like a deep understanding of like the mysteries of the matrix and things like that.
okay, so that is really more of the matrix itself, not necessarily the people of the matrix.
Yeah, like the matrix and technomancers, that sort of stuff.
Okay. What would I roll for this? I mean, there's lots of people. Everybody has avatars, of course.
Right. I'm just seeing if I
Let's
know
see.
if I recognize any.
Oh my gosh. I want to see. I basically like want a history check is what it would.
I
What
have
I would call
Matrix
for in
history.
D&D. Give me that one.
Okay, like
I was like, I would call for a history check in D&D.
yeah.
Do you recall running into this before?
Yes. All right, where did that go? It's 1, 2, 3.
3? Okay.
Yep.
You do, as you're kind of glancing around at some of these avatars, you do notice one. One stands out to you, and you remember her because of the stars. She is in kind of her avatar is presenting almost, if you recall, Rainbow Bright,
Yes.
kind of
I
presents
don't.
herself that way. Um,
I've heard of it, but I don't recall it.
I had a kid sister. Oh yes.
yeah. Um,
I had
she,
kids.
she is wearing.
I had a kid sister too. Unfortunately, while she was being a kid, I was having babies.
She was having babies. She presents herself with a very almost frilly skirt, rainbows, kind of long hair up in a ponytail with like lots of curls in it, and stars. There always seems to be like twinkling stars around her. You do recognize this one as you've seen it at Dante's Inferno. You've seen it probably at the Boneyard. You've seen it at a couple of the corporations when you kind of just peruse some of their lobbies. Um, you've seen her around.
Do I know her, like her handle or what she goes by?
A star.
Star.
Star. Just star. Sorry, I put an in there, but it's just star.
Do I know if she's a decker or what?
You're not really sure. You've just kind of seen her around. She could just be somebody who does a lot of VR, AR.
Yeah.
And it's not really, not maybe not a decker in particular. She just has
Okay.
access to that stuff.
Okay. Eventually, meander over there and the star, right?
And she'll kind of turn and look at you. Um, in real life, she has dark hair, like black hair. She's got it pulled up with some loose strands that are curled. She's wearing a really dark purple, maybe almost black dress. Um, Seems to be fairly skin tight. Think again like Audrey Hepburn, Breakfast at Tiffany's or something. Um,
Love that movie.
yeah, and she kind of looks at you and looks around a little bit. She's like, "Do I know you?"
All right, I've seen you around. What color eyes does she have?
She has almost icy blue eyes.
I mean, be a crazy man that forget eyes like that. Even though he's probably never seen her eyes before.
No, you haven't. You've only seen her, basically her avatar. She'll kind of smile and she'll say, "Well, I don't believe I recall seeing you around."
Well, that's unfortunate. I'll extend a hand. The name's Marcus.
She'll extend her hand and say, "Amaya." And she'll kind of extend her hand, like the. She won't like give you a shake. She'll kind of lay her hand and just kind of.
I'll take her hand. Do the etiquette appropriate thing and kiss her hand. So, anything you interested here?
Perhaps a couple of things.
Oh,
Oh, I shouldn't tell.
What's a little gossip between new friends?
Gossip. Well, you don't want to know what I want if it comes to gossip.
Then who do I want to know what they want?
She'll kind of give a little smirk and kind of eye the room a little bit. And Luna, what are you doing in this process?
Being jealous. Oh,
Standing in the corner, stomping her foot.
actually, is there anybody with her?
You do see there is a gentleman that kind of stays close to her. You will know Gibson. That's one of the cybered people. At Luna, you would pick out pretty quickly that that is a guard. That's not a love interest of hers. He's there because he's being paid to be there, basically.
I'm going to position myself to where if he moves too rapidly, I can intercept him.
Okay. Do you discreetly position yourself, or do you blatantly position yourself?
I don't try to do it discreetly.
Okay. All right. When you move up to position
I'm
yourself,
a woman scorned.
you position yourself there, and she kind of turns and looks at her, looks at Luna, and then looks back to Gibson, says, "Oh, you're here with somebody?"
Aren't we all?
Well,
And
of
he'll
course.
motion to the gentleman.
Oh, Thomas, yeah, he's here on orders.
Ah, well, this is Luna. She's here because she wants to be.
Do you use Luna or do you use her name?
Oh, sorry. Here's. God, I don't remember what name she used.
I think
Uriah.
Uriah.
Yes, that one.
Uriah?
She's here because Jiraiya. She's here because she
Jiraiya.
wants to be. Jiraiya. Yes.
You are. You're Uriah.
Oh, Uriah.
Uriah.
You're
Okay.
This is Uriah. She's here
Uriah.
because she wants to be.
Oh, very well. Well done. You want to know a little gossip?
Yeah.
I will tell you that that gentleman over there, and she'll point out a gentleman that's in a very nice kind of charcoal suit. He's wearing like a bright green tie, and if you catch him just right when he leans or walks, you'll notice that his socks match his tie. Um, and he's definitely got rings on his fingers and whatnot. She'll point him out, and definitely has money. She'll point him out and she'll say, "That gentleman over there, his name is Abraham Garcia. I've seen him around the corporations every now and then. I think he works. I think he works for Rinraku, honestly."
Oh.
He works for whom?
Rinraku.
They're one of the major corps. Make a lot of decking gear, amongst other things.
I think he's here to get his eye on some of these items. I don't know if he's going to buy any. Sorry, I turned my back if you are looking at me. But I needed to pull out my list of items so that I don't
no
forget. I don't know that he's looking to buy any. But he is definitely here to see who gets what. He's taking notes.
I'm going to look in that general direction and see if he's here with anybody. If it appears.
it looks like he's got a girl with him. Doesn't look like any kind of bodyguard, but he himself seems pretty buff. But you're not spotting any major like cyberware or anything like that, Gibson, from him. But he's physically.
I'm gonna size him up
buff.
for a few minutes.
All right.
So you think he's going to procure after the fact?
Perhaps. Or he might just take information home to his own boss.
Could be even more dangerous.
Could be.
Are you concerned?
Am I concerned? No, I'm not concerned. I mean, I already know his name. Most people here don't know each other.
I noticed that. Well, Maya, it's a pleasure speaking with you.
Pleasure is mine.
And, how does that work?
Roll for etiquette. No.
No. Trying to. Sorry, thinking more not etiquette wise, but technologically wise. Essentially, would want to hand her a card, but it's not like he has a card. It'd be more like a digital thing, but doesn't want to just like throw it at her.
Oh.
So, Maya, here, why don't you take my contact info and call me sometime?
Of course. And you'll see her kind of mess with like a watch.
Yeah. And I'll pass her the info,
All right.
both digitally and verbally.
Okay. All right.
Smile and kind of bow my head and move over to Luna and well, like there's no shame. Like he doesn't seem ashamed or anything. He just kind of places his hand on the small of her back and walks through the rest of
Walks away.
Yeah.
All right. Luna, as you're kind of watching Abraham and watching him move and whatnot, he'd be tough in like a fist fight. But you're pretty sure he doesn't have any cyberware. At least if you're looking in AR at all, you won't really see any. But physically, he's definitely got a physique.
Is he human?
He is human. He is not a troll.
That would be a much different story.
Yes, it would be.
Okay.
Or orc, I guess. Oh, I don't know. Are there trolls and orcs or just orcs?
There's both.
There's both.
Does the female that's with him, does she seem to be pretty?
Is she pretty? Yeah, she's pretty.
No, not pretty.
Oh.
Does she seem to be pretty just female-ish?
Yeah. I mean, think.
Is she arm candy?
Yes.
She arm candy.
Very much so. And as you watch him, she is very much arm candy. And that is how he treats her.
I'll lean over and go, if you're going to have arm candy, they might as well be able to do something.
Smile and say, absolutely. Why do you think I brought you?
Because you would look really funny here with Reggie.
I don't know. A little bit of makeup, a wig.
All right. Well, as the evening kind of progresses a little bit, it gets to be about 6:30, and somebody comes up on stage, and they'll say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the auction now. Our first item up is going to be," and he'll list it. I don't know, give me some call numbers. It probably won't make any sense, like the, JR5, Model 3, whatever, silencer, created by our uh, very well known Gadget Corp, Ares. Gadget Corp, Weapons Corp, whatever.
Does it look like he's got everybody's attention at this point?
He does have everybody's attention at this point.
Then I'm going to go into the janitor closet because it
All
should be
right.
unlocked.
It is unlocked. And I won't make you roll sneaking because he has everybody's attention.
And I'm going to. Is there anything I could pile in front of me, in front of my body?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. There's, a couple of shelves with all kinds of cleaning supplies. There's mop buckets. There's a couple of boxes that probably is extra toilet paper, extra paper
Right.
towels, whatever,
So there's
like
enough
this.
stuff in there where I could like prop myself up and.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I'm going to do
Easy
that
enough.
and go into astral projection.
Okay. You did not feel yourself leave the barrier, so you believe you're still within the barrier.
Right. And go out into the room, but kind of stay back behind everybody.
Okay.
But I want to take a closer look astrally at the one person that had the bigger signature, the brighter signature than the others.
Okay. Roll me
See what I can see about them.
a sensing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll me a sensing.
2 hits.
2 hits. All right.
That'll tell me state of their health, emotional state. I already know they're awakened. Presence, location of cyberware implants, class of. I know they're a human. And then, if I've seen the subject's aura before.
Okay. They are human. Or she is human.
That's the biggest thing. Have I seen the aura before?
Her health she's in good health.
Yeah.
She's in a confident mood. She seems to be very self-assured, very present, very aware. You see her signature is fairly unique. It seems to have a you sense lupine, almost, like you sense kind of a mixture, a little bit of lupine, in a sense. You do this signature in particular fairly unique. You don't recall having seen it before. But it's definitely, if you were to see it again, you know it because it's that unique.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and take a look at any other signatures in the room.
Looking at
Or
the other two
auras.
people that kind of stood out here, you start to look. Both of them are men. One of them is Elven. The other one is human. The one that's Elven. Do you roll? You want to roll another sensing?
Yeah.
You're looking at different signatures.
Roll one for each. So only one hit on that one.
Okay. The signature seems somewhat familiar.
Jeez, and 5 on the second one.
Can't you can't place it. The second one is a human.
That'll tell me everything.
Everything you need to know about him. He is definitely more what's the opposite of shamanic?
Hermetic,
Hermetic.
Hermetic.
like
He's
me.
definitely hermetic mage. Yes.
Oh,
And but you don't recall having seen the signature.
higher or lower magic than me. I have a magic of 6.
Higher.
Higher,
Hmm.
so they're pretty strong magically.
Well, not nearly as high as the other one. Not nearly as high as the chick.
Well, yeah, but I can't tell how high they are. I can only really tell with him.
But he is higher than you.
Actually, I can tell the exact magic his
Oh,
exact magic.
his exact magic is 7.
Okay. Um,
You could tell the stats. All right, give me more.
not a technomancer, right?
Nope. He probably wouldn't have magic if he's a technomancer.
No, it'd be a good enough roll to tell if somebody's a technomancer, though. Because they do have auras. It's just a different aura. Let's see. Any other things I want to know? Yeah, that's.
I guess you would be able to tell that he does have a foci.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd
Yeah,
be able
I
to
keep
see
forgetting
those.
you can see the foci.
I'd be able to see the auras. Yeah.
Yeah, he does indeed have a foci. He keeps it on an inside. It looks like, kind of in a belt pouch, but it's not on the outside. It's kind of tucked
Right.
into his pants. You would have been able to tell that the shamanistic also has a foci across their back. You're figuring probably tattoo.
Okay. And then I'll go look upstairs, see if and look for that mage real quick.
Okay, you float up through the floor.
Yeah.
You float up through the floor and you kind of look at that mage up there. Definitely has a strong aura. You can definitely tell that it's a gentleman up there. He's focused. His aura is stretched out to the barriers. You can tell he is the one that's holding the barriers.
Yep. I got 4 hits on him.
Looking,
So
you also
basically
see
the same stuff.
yeah, you also see a couple of security guys up there with him. They're just sitting there probably playing a game of cards or whatever. They're only there for just in casers. That's their job. With a 4, you will know that this is also a hermetic mage.
Okay. How high is his magic?
With a 4, his magic is probably an 8.
Okay. All right. So I might be the weak one in the building, but
Yep, currently.
all right. I don't want to stick around him too much in case he goes into perception. So I'm going to zip away.
Take a peek.
Kind of check the perimeter of the place, see if there was any other things I missed outside.
Okay. As you reach the perimeter of the barrier.
Yeah. Not trying to go through the barrier. I know it's possible, but
you are still pretty much within the hall. Like, you will be able to get out to the lobby a little bit. You will be able to get out onto the covered porch just a little bit. Back and around. You can actually get into that corridor. you see that it is indeed a small corridor that kind of goes up behind the stage. It's basically like a green room.
Right.
You will be able to sneak into the storage room a little bit, definitely where the items are kept. You will be able to go through the kitchen a little bit, through the bathrooms. Um, there are a few people in the bathroom if you want to really be a peeping Tom. And um, of course, the janitor closet, because that's where you're at, and a little bit into the office.
In the storage room, any of the items have auras?
There are definitely two things in there that have that are reagents. Well, two of the items, the auction items, are
Right.
reagents. So you will be able to tell that those will be able to give you magical buffs or be able to be used for spells, things like that. And the one item that I really wish you wouldn't lay under my feet. The one item that looks like the seeds, they give off a little bit of magic aura.
Okay.
Like they may have been genetically modified with magic.
Interesting. Okay. I'll head back to my body for now.
All right. Reggie.
Si, senor.
While you are sitting in the van and sending your drone every so often for just a little perimeter sweep and then hang out at the
Walk around the block.
walk around the block, you will notice that there is definitely security. There are some security guards and whatnot. But your drone, roll me your sensors. What did you
Okay.
say it was? Sensor?
9 dice.
Yeah. Well, this is a new drone. Is it the same?
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
I think. Let me
All
make
right.
sure that it's because it could have better sensors on it. I don't know, but
I don't know. But it does have the night vision. That might give it some extra.
yeah. Vehicle and drones, micro drone, low light. It is a sensor array of 3. It's one more. I believe that's one more. Yep.
Okay. So roll me the 10 dice then.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right.
6 successes.
6 successes.
That's more than 50%. That's nice.
Wow. Okay. As your drone it takes a little sweep and then it hangs out in the alley for a little bit. You notice through the drone kind of sensors or alerts you to this, and you start watching. You notice 4 people get up onto the roof of the building. They're dressed all in black. They're shuffle across the roof, and they look like they're going into a roof access onto the second floor.
Okay. I will notify my group that we have party crashers.
All right. You send out a
4 party crashers coming in from the roof.
All right. So you send out that alert. All of you get a little beep on your comm, or it alerts you silently how it vibrates. I don't know. However you
Pops
have
up
your
in my
comm set.
face.
Yeah, pops up into your face. That 4 incoming, 4 visitors coming from the roof. Just so as you know. And I was hoping to get to this beforehand, but it is 9:30. So this is where we're going to pause for tonight. Because if we get into a combat, we could be here until 10:30.
Mhm.
Be here till midnight.
We could be here till midnight, depending
Ah,
on how
but-
well we know our characters.
But
So,
here's the question: do we combat, or do we let all these paid goons combat for us, or
A
do
little
we
bit of
use it
column
as a
A, a little bit of
distraction?
column B.
yeah,
Use it as a distraction to accomplish whatever goals we have within the venue.
that is the decision you will have to make.
Right.
So that is where we're going to break for tonight. So you guys can discuss that on Discord.
Possibilities
what do you
are
want to do?
endless.
And then if we, we can start next session with this is what we discussed and this is what we want to do.
Right.
Or we'll
Because
end
we
up
will
discussing
discuss.
it. So that's where we're going to stop for tonight. Those of you who are watching, thank you for sticking with us, even through all of the weird sound glitches that Joe is working on getting all ironed out.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Now that we're done streaming, I can do some testing and get logs and everything and provide it to some
I'm not
of
done
people.
screaming. Oh, streaming. Sorry.
Yes. Well, if you're not done screaming, at least mute yourself.
Yes. So, yeah.
I'm gonna open up a ticket with OBS, figure out what the hell's going on.
All right, that sounds good. All right, so that's where we're going to leave everybody for tonight. And be sure to check out our website, dandadjokes.com. That's where you're going to find any upcoming events. You're going to find our hot sheets here, which didn't really come into play tonight, but you can read through that hot sheet and learn about at least one of the items in this auction list. And yeah, so read through it. You never know what might pop up in a stream. And like, subscribe, share, comment. Please comment on this video. Thank you for letting us know about the sound issues. So please comment, let us know what you like, what you don't like even. That's fine. Share with us some tips, tricks about Shadowrun. If you're familiar with Shadowrun, that would be great too. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Then we will see you next week with part 3 of this first run. Hey, we're still getting our feet wet.
We're still getting our feet wet. I feel like I'm drowning here.
You're right, Gibson. We're not getting paid enough.
There's always a question: did we go too far? Did we? As we learn, we're learning a whole lot more about our characters. But
Yep.
did we take the mission beyond the mission parameters?
I mean,
Well, we're
curiosity.
done with the mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're done with the mission, and we were underpaid. We were probably promised 6,000, and we've only gotten 5.
I wrote down 5.
It was 6. It was 2 now and 4 on delivery.
It was 2 then and 3 on delivery. I wrote down 5.
I will go and edit the stream, okay?
All right, you do that.
I honestly thought it was more, but now that you yeah, you're right.
I don't know if I could snag me something out of here. There is something in there I wouldn't mind to have.
Probably. So, yeah. So we'll pick this up next week and see what you guys decide. Take advantage of the chaos and just loot and run, or help with the chaos and see what comes from that. Like, I don't know. See what
A little
happens.
bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Loot, help with the chaos, present ourselves as, as the saviors, and get more contacts.
There you go. So, yeah. All right, then. So that's where we'll pause. And we will see you next week.
See you next week, folks.